Well, hello. It's been a minute since I've done one of these. We're going to do another playcast. I can't believe it's... When did I start this? This was like, I don't know, back in August I wrote this, planning to put this out since pre-Reading 2020, and have just been so obnoxiously busy that I haven't, it's just taken a massive back burner. But I have this episode planned, right? I have this episode planned where I basically just go over some of the records I was listening to at the time, and actually they're incredible, and I think maybe doing this will encourage me to go and listen to some other new music. I'm always listening. If you ever send me recommendations, I always listen to them, I promise. So, anyway, we'll go straight into it. This is the incredible Carcinogenic by Idols. As always, I try to not dwindle too much on that opening track, but that Idols album is incredible. Absolutely incredible. I'm so happy with it. Personally, I think it's their best album, and a lot of people are like, oh, I don't know, I don't think it's as good as A Joy, or it's not as good as Brutalism. I do, actually. I think Brutalism, for me, is a phenomenal album. It did follow, for me, like they were really establishing their sound and they're following a trend. Album number 2, there were a couple of records that I didn't enjoy so much, and Joy as an Act of Resistance, but the records that I did, I absolutely loved. On this album, on Ultra Mono, there isn't a record that I don't absolutely adore, so you can't moan, can you? Carcinogenic, that one there, absolutely brilliant. Just, I think, explains how so many people live in this country and this world. I just think it's absolutely brilliant, and the rest of the album is phenomenal. Moving on now to the incredible Martha Hill. Martha Hill is from Newcastle upon Tyne. She is described as alt pop. Originally from Scotland, she left home when she was 17 when travelling around Europe. Tipped as BBC's One to Watch. Has featured on things like Jules Holland. Personally, I put her as a little bit of I don't know how you describe this. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Brittany Howard. Has this really cool alt rock, good big guitar sounds. I just think this record's amazing. This is the amazing Grilled Cheese by Martha Hill.
I drink your kerosene, but I don't like it when you mean.
Next, we're moving on to a new band that I've just discovered. I don't know how new they are, but I've just discovered them. They're called Egyptian Blue. This record here, Nylon Wire, has this really big, bulshy punk sound to it that I'm just obsessed with, and I think that they are a really interesting band. And this record, I have my HiPod set up so that it just randomly plays music throughout the day if I'm ever sat in silence for too long, and it shuffles my recently added playlist. So I always listen to stuff I add to my library quite regularly, and this one is one that I just really enjoy. So without further ado, this is the incredible Nylon Wire by Egyptian Blue. I can't believe that I haven't talked about this record on this channel since before August. I don't know where time has gone, but goodness me. Tropical Storm, one of the greatest band names of all time. Believe from Australia. I think they're from Melbourne. I could be wrong there, but I'm pretty sure they're from Australia. We've played a record by them before on the playcast. Then they collaborated with Amel and the Sniffers, and this time they're back. This record has this really dark 90s trip hop feel to it, mixed with some kind of Billy Bragg-esque punk. Real influences of The Clash there for me, kind of Jamie T-esque. That kind of spoken word punk. I don't know how else you describe it really, but for me this is a bit of a ballad. I love the production and the way that it like distorts throughout the record. It gets more and more. The guy's vocal is just absolutely amazing. I listen to this record so much. It's absolutely brilliant. This is the incredible Legal Ghost by Tropical Storm.
Oh, it doesn't really matter who you sleep with now, you're just a legal ghost.
Next, we're talking about a band who, good God, I hope they get announced for Reading and Leeds next year, or Glastonbury. If not, I'll absolutely be buying tickets to go and see them, because I am obsessed with this new EP of theirs. They're called The Ninth Wave. They're from Glasgow. Have a real 80s noise pop, post-punk kind of feel to them, very Cure-esque. They remind me a lot of people like, was it Dead or Alive? You spin me right round. Whoever did that record. Real old school kind of feel to it for me. They actually released an album earlier on, I think last year, which I haven't like gone to check out the whole way. They got that anyway. They got this amazing kind of post-punk feel to them, which I just adore. And this record I have listened to 100 million times. The other record, I Only Want to Hurt You, is absolutely exceptional as well. But this one is I just love it. This is the amazing Come Down Forever by the Ninth Wave. One of you guys recommended to me, we're going to play 3 records back to back now, which I think are incredibly exciting. They're obviously all not brand new, but they are records that for me fit into a similar camp of music. And there's this really exciting post-punk meets kind of emo thing going on. It's like new wave meets post-punk meets like emo rap, I guess is how you would describe these next 3 records. We're starting off with with a guy that someone recommended to me, and that's the incredible Kenny Hoopla, who is just one of the most exciting guys for me this year. His EP, How Will I Rest in Peace, If I'm Buried by the Highway, is one of the best EPs I've ever heard. This record we're going to play today, Plastic Door, is probably my favourite record taken from that EP. We recently played their other record, take the title track of the EP, and he has this amazing kind of block party feel about him, which I'm always going to love because they're my favourite band ever. But also, if Travis Barker and Blink-182 were involved, but not in that way that it annoys me that Machine Gun Kelly's done. Anyway, I don't know, I'm going off on a tangent now. Kenny Hoopla, Plastic Door, this record is up there as one of the best records of the year. Easily. Enjoy. Next we're moving on to a band who are super new, and when I put this record on this list, this record had 150 plays on YouTube. Literally 150 plays. I'm sure it's more than that now, but I adore this song. They've since last week, I think, released their debut album, and it's really cool. There's some really good records on there. They're called Black Star Kids. Two guys and a girl from somewhere in America, again making this really cool new wave kind of rap, kind of emo, kind of punk, kind of post-punk feel. I don't even know how to describe it, and that's why I'm so excited by it. I love this record. This is Kakai, let's call it Kakai by Black Star Kids.
Had the worst day, but it's okay now that I'm with you.
Yellow, orange, now my blue.
And next we're going to be talking another record that fits into that camp. I only heard this week, but because we're talking about those 2 records, it feels silly not to include this one as well. I was listening to Zane Lowe the other day, as I do very, very frequently, and came across an artist called Gene Dawson with this wonderful record, Devilish. He was interviewed by Zane Lowe talking about his influences. He talked about being influenced by people like the Smiths and other Britpop artists, and being Mexican. That's something which kind of working class Northern English towns resonate with lots of these kind of poverty-stricken countries. And I think Mexican culture, I think Mexicans love Britpop. It's somewhat, I know there's a certain place in South America where they're just obsessed with Morrissey. I don't know where, but I know that he's massive. And this record for me just fits in with the last 2 records we played so well. This, as I said earlier, there's something incredibly exciting happening. It's like the new wave. It's post-emo rap. Like, it's people being influenced by really exciting people, like post-punk artists, like The Cure, like the Smiths, like Joy Division, but having their own twist on it in a way which isn't cheesy. And I find that so exciting. And this, for me, is just one of those records that adds to that list. This is the incredible Devilish by Gene Dawson.
Big man with the big heart doesn't go far, he just slips back coins.
Right, moving into some other music now, kind of chilling it out a bit now, and moving into an artist which I have listened to a couple of records by, don't know anything about them. In fact, let's see if we can find a Wikipedia or something. An artist called Porridge, Porij. Porridge is from Manchester. From Manchester? Not to be confused with Porridge Radio, who are also absolutely brilliant. Porridge are from Manchester. Currently studying in Manchester. They write and record and produce all of them. This is the press release on their Spotify. Eggy, vocals and keys, Tommy, vocals and guitar, Jamo on bass, and Tom on drums. I'll be honest with you, I have a very feminine voice. They're all currently studying in Manchester. They write, record and produce their modern alternative art pop sounds in their student house. Alright mate, chill out. Each member recording parts in separate studios/bedrooms as they merge the sounds together meticulously live to reform distinctive Oates sounds. I think this record is just beautiful. If you like people like Tom Misch, if you like that kind of down-tempo, really chilled guitar. So anyway, I don't know a lot about them, but this record in particular is just absolutely gorgeous. If you like people like Tash Sultana, if you like people like Tom Misch, if you like people like Ocean Alley, that kind of really stripped back, I don't know, like surf, beach feel. That's how it reminds me of. I don't know, this is a bit wanky, but hey, if it works, it works. This is the incredible 150 by Porridge. An act that I've been following for a few years now, Local Natives. That was played their music by my housemate in my first year of university. Shout out to Craig. And I really got into them. I think they're great. Recently, they've been putting out even more amazing music. This record here is a remix. It's a remix by Foles of the record Dark Days, and I am obsessed with this. I love what I assume is Yanis's production style. I can only assume. I think it's absolutely brilliant. I think the production style on this is just gorgeous, but the record itself is just, I fucking love this. I think it's amazing. As a remix, it's beautiful. I only know this is a remix. I don't know what the original sounds like. I imagine it's probably just a little slower without 4/4 beat, but this one is just great. This is Dark Days, the Foles remix by Local Natives. Next we're playing another remix, an incredible Bonobo remix. This happens once in a blue moon, but you get probably the best electronic artist in the world. I think you look at Bonobo and how do you top Bonobo? Do you know what I mean? He's the f***ing Don. This time collaborating with Michael Kiwanuka. When I added this to the library, I didn't quite realise that Kiwanuka was being put up for the Mercury. Not only that, he then went on to win the Mercury, which deserves a video in its own right. That Kiwanuka album is bloody brilliant, and we will be talking about it towards the end of the year when we do our album of the year wrap up. It's great. This remix, it's so lovely. I love it when you get an artist as good as Bonobo making something completely new out of a record which is already amazing. Let's be honest. Yeah, thoroughly enjoyed this, and I hope you do too. This is the amazing Final Days by Michael Kiwanuka, the Bonobo remix. Talking about artists that I forgot. Matt, I was thinking the other day, what are we going to put in Album of the Year category this year? We've had an amazing album by The Chats. We've had Idols. Forgot about the Streets album. That's definitely one of the albums of the year. What an incredible return for Mike Skinner. Absolutely love it. This is one of my favourite records on that album. This features Daps on the beat. The record is called The Phone Is Always in My Hand, and it's all about how if he doesn't answer it, it's because he doesn't want to speak to you. Got a lot of time for that. Enjoy.
My phone is always in my hand. If you think I'm ignoring you, I am.
Some amazing house music around at the moment. There's loads. I could do a whole episode on different kind of electronic records that I'm listening to. People like Nudes, people like Luxury, Duck Sauce are back, and I love that. Like there's just loads of really good stuff. Hudson Mohawk is back, and that's exciting. So anytime that's happening is always good. This guy or girl, I don't know. I'm assuming it's a guy because clearly I'm inherently sexist, but hey. DJ Streaks is releasing a series of records at the moment. This one is called The Best Rapper Alive, and is probably the house record I've listened to the most this year. It's just wicked. Makes me wish that I still DJ'd records like this one. This is the incredible Best Rapper Alive by DJ Streaks. Moving in to the last three records, I just want to take it onto a bit of a kind of hip-hop grind tip. We're at this really interesting point in UK music at the moment, I think, personally, where grime came back in like 2015 and has been getting bigger and bigger. And then as that's become more and more commercial, you've seen the rise of drill music, which I think is probably, in a commercial sense, taking over grime. I think if you were to listen to most UK rap at the moment, there's a lot more drill artists that are being booked for big headline slots and being booked for all over the shop than there are there are grime artists. There is one grime artist that is 100% a grime artist, and I'm finding incredibly exciting, and that's Manga Saint Hilaire. Has been featured on a few other records that I've been playing. I can't remember if I've ever played him on the show before, but certainly there's a few records by him that I'm really enjoying. This one features the incredible Footsie from Newham Generals. The collab of DWA and Footsie is the Newham Generals, so one half of them, Footsie, is featured on this record. This is called Dumping Again, and it's just what is so good about grime. Records like this are why grime is so exciting, and why in many ways it's a lot better than like a lot of the American hip-hop. It's certainly incredibly British, and I love this sound, and I'm excited to see where it goes. Manga Saint Hilaire is just an artist which I think is destined for big things as well, so we'll keep an eye on him, but for now, enjoy this. This is Dumping Again by Manga Saint Hilaire and Footsie.
And dumping again. And when I said I'm on the outside, I'm out here, but it's not what I meant.
Going stateside, we're going to go stateside because there's some really, really cool hip-hop around. As much as I talk about my disdain for mumble rap, do thoroughly enjoy good hip-hop. And good hip-hop is hard to come by, but when it does, you know, it's incredibly satisfying. And one of those people that is just absolutely flying the flag for great hip-hop is Joey Badass. A couple of years ago released the incredible Brooklyn's Own, which was just a lovely kind of, just a wonderful boom bap record that I just thought was incredible. Had an amazing beat. This follows on a similar kind of feel to that. Of course, samples the incredible Everybody Loves the Sunshine by Roy Ayers Ubiquity, a record which Dr. Dre is incredibly inspired by, and if you watch Straight Outta Compton, it's the one he listens to in his headphones when he's lying on the floor and they pan out and you go, this is Dr. Dre. So to take that record, add it as a sample, and then Joey Badass just do his thing on it is really exciting. I thoroughly enjoy this record, and I'm sure that if you're a fan of hip-hop, then you will too. This is the wonderful Shine by Joey Badass.
I got a lot up on my mind, not enough time. Said I've been up on my grind, make them bitches fall in line.
And last, but certainly by no means least, we're gonna hit up Mr. Action Bronson, who is an artist that releases an album like every year at the moment, or at least every 18 months. And when he does, I just really enjoy it. The man has a back catalogue of records that would challenge a lot of people. He just constantly puts out music. He's also known for being a chef and having an amazing show on Vice called Fuck That's Delicious. They've since parted ways. He's now going to be doing it by himself. Just an all-around incredible talent, hilarious person, and really funny. But the music that he makes is incredible. He's just released his latest album. I hope you enjoy the show. Before I play the record, I just want to say thanks. I'm really sorry that I haven't been as on top of this as I have been previously. I am behind the scenes so incredibly busy. There is so much going on that I've had to schedule in 45 minutes just to record this, because it's just all, honestly, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. What I need to do is go back to Australia and just live in solitude. I need another lockdown. That's what I need. But, you know, man's got to make some bread. Do you know what I mean? So, thank you so much for like not pestering me and for just letting me do my thing. But I will promise I'll try and get back to some form of regularity with this. These are all records that are like 2 months old, and that's not good enough. You come here for the freshest shit, you know what I mean? I could build an amazing playlist of stuff that I'm listening to at the moment, and hopefully I'll try and get that one out next week. But for now, I'll leave you with Latin Grammys by Action Bronson. Cheers. Bye.
I might not be able to touch my toes, but I will still fuck these hoes.